Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another ShareWise webinar. Today, we're very fortunate to be welcomed by Managing Director and CEO, Mohan. He is, of course, the CEO of X2M. And Mohan, how's your day been today? What's been happening?
My day's been very good, good, James. I've spent a chunk of the morning really talking to customers and sales staff in other parts of the world, and that's always good and productive.
Beautiful. That sounds like a lot of fun. It's only 12:30 and you're having chats across the world. Well, everyone, this is going to be a slightly different webinar. It's going to be more of an interview style as opposed to a presentation. So please, if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A section or the chat box. Otherwise, we'll start from the start. Mohan, can you tell us a bit about your company and what you guys do?
Yeah, sure. James, firstly, thanks for having us, and all of those people online, thanks for taking the time to listen to our story. X2M is an Australian technology company. We're a software company. What we do, what we've got is a patented platform that is used for data aggregation, for collecting data from machines and sensors and meters and inverters for artificial intelligence and automation applications.
Terrific, terrific. And from my reading as well, it's looking to take away the manual labor so that it's all automated. Do you mind exploring that a little bit more and I guess the benefit of having the automation as opposed to the manual labor?
Sure. Look, the benefits of having automation to manual labor really comes down to a business case. The technology is a lot cheaper than wages. But really what's at the heart of our offering is a patented software platform that does three things. It can suck up data from any machine or any device, collect information, and it can have those machines or devices control each other without any human intervention, what is commonly known as agentic AI. And that's the journey for the next wave of productivity improvement for enterprises and governments, as your listeners would know. Alongside that, we have a number of other technical features that make us stand out. Firstly, the ability for one machine to recognize another. So this could be a sensor recognizing a leak in a gas network and shutting the gas grid. That's our patent. We can also operate centrally in the cloud or at the edge of the cloud, close to the device. What that means is that we've got a highly scalable platform that is quick, that is fast, that can collect data cheaply, and then go back and control those machines very, very, very quickly. And we've got a bunch of patents that sit around that as well. And we can communicate over any telecommunications network, whether it be 3G, 4G, 5G, Ethernet, which means we're future-proofed. We can move into new markets quickly, and all of that comes together to deliver a very powerful proposition to a marketplace. In our case, our focus is in the utility sector and the renewable energy sector in the Asian region.
Terrific. And Mohan, as you just mentioned that you're looking to take on new markets, specifically in the Asian region, why are you looking to target the Asian region at the moment?
So look, great question. So look, we like Asia for a bunch of reasons. One is, we as Australians, we're a multicultural society. We understand the different countries and the nuances, and we're a good cultural fit. Asia, as your viewers would know, has had really strong GDP growth over many years, a couple of decades, in fact. That's produced a well-educated middle class that are strong adopters of technology. They're urbanized and they're all coming into the cities. So you've got government spending on infrastructure, roads, bridges, and technology, and most markets that we're in, governments are mandating this technology or providing subsidies. So, you've got a region that is really ripe for the picking, and we have very little competition in this space. And in fact, indeed, the first markets that we went to, like Korea, which are highly advanced technologically, we're the incumbent, we're the market leader in South Korea.
Oh, terrific. Well, market leader and no competition. That sounds like a great mixture. So we understand that you're releasing great results recently. However, for viewers, Mohan, would you be able to elaborate the great results that X2M has just released?
Yeah, so look, X2M has been on a three horizon journey. Horizon one was to build a platform. That's done. That's the time that a lot of capital gets sucked up. Horizon two was a land grab to get a strong base of enterprise and government customers. We're a B2B operation. We're in Horizon three, which is scaling up the business, taking it to being a large business from a small business, one that's producing cash, producing profits. And we're the start of that journey. We restructured our business last year to ready ourselves to get into Horizon 3. We got rid of low margin hardware business as we expanded our product range. We moved into new markets like the UAE and water in Japan. And now that's playing out in our results. H1 results 45% revenue growth, cash burn coming down, EBITDA losses coming down. Importantly, Q1 was 25% growth year on year. Q2 was 65% growth in revenues. Q2 we had 63% growth in gross profit, and so it's really strong results on the back of a very deliberate program to scale up this business in a category that is huge, and this whole space of data, demand for data is exploding, and as your viewers would know. I heard someone say the other day, data is the new gold, or the data is the new oil. And,
Yes.
and we've got a platform that's proven, that's performing, and meeting a market need.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So it looks like you're really looking to capitalize on the current gold, which is data at the moment and AI. You've just rotated into Horizon 3, and as mentioned, you've seen some excellent growth results. From your perspective, Mohan, leading the operation, how sustainable are your results for the next 12 to 18 months?
Look, good question, James. So, so here are the data points, right? One is you've got a platform, a company that is fully operational. We're not a startup. Our customers, we've got 88 enterprise and government customers. They made a strategic decision to digitize their footprint, and they represent a very large addressable market, about 600 million in upfront revenues and about $40 million per annum in recurring revenues. And we've only scratched the tip of the iceberg. About 30% of our revenues now are repeat orders. So we've got a large block of customers loyal to us that are giving us repeat orders that we're penetrating. Alongside that, the new markets that we're entering, like the UAE, like Japan, are large markets with high margins. So, I think there's a really strong outlook for us, and I think we've got a really exciting future when you look at a year or two.
Yeah, terrific. Sounds like the future for X2M has a lot of upside. And just rotating now back to the past, Mohan, you recently just completed a capital raise. How did that go?
It went very well. So Alpine Capital and Peak Asset Management led that for us. A number of our very large shareholders participated and cornerstoned that for us, which was a very good start. We got oversubscribed by over 50%, and so that gives you a lot of confidence that there is demand for this stock out there. We had to scale back. Clearly a whole bunch of prospective investors, but it was a really pleasing capital raise, and it was good validation of the technology and the market that we're in and the promise for the future.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we have opportunities that are subscribed to, that does show a strong story and strong fundamentals. So it's really good news, Mohan. And just coming to a question that was actually provided from a registrant, and it leads into a question that I had here. He's asked, or he or she, the investor has asked, looking at key metrics which look favorable, which we have been discussing, why do you think the share price action has not been as positive as expected, understanding that there has been dilution from that cap raise?
So look, there has been some dilution, clearly. I think part of the story is not fully understood, and so a key priority for me personally over the next period is to actually explain our story out there. We had some convertible notes that were due. That will get that have been an overhang on this stock, and we have told the market that that will get paid out. Most of that will get paid out from the proceeds of this cap raise plus an R&D rebate that we're getting. But when you get back to the fundamentals of this business, it's really strong, and so I think I prefer not to second guess what the issues are, rather than getting on and keep doing our job, growing the business. And then we'll get noticed and recognised, and I think our investors will get rewarded.
And it seems like you're getting recognised all over in South Africa, Mohan, because I've got a question from a registrant here that asks, when will all these new technologies come to South Africa? And even more, can there be collaborations formed with women in South Africa? So it seems like you're getting a global perspective and a global interest at the moment.
Look, James, you'd be amazed at the type of inquiries that I get from all corners of the planet. We've had inquiries from Afghanistan and Bangladesh and so on and so forth. We're laser-like focused on the markets we're in and the segments that we're in, and businesses I run, we've taken to market leadership positions in part because of our focus. And so our current focus is Asia, parts of the Middle East, and of course Australia as well. So other markets are not on our radar at this point in time. If there was strong interest with credible parties in markets that we're not targeting, then we're always open to having a licensing conversation with them where we license our technologies. But fundamentally, my focus will be South Korea, Japan, Taiwan, Australia, UAE, and we also said we're looking at the Indian market and the US market for the next couple of years.
Terrific. Indian and US market looks like it's coming up potentially, but Mohan, you've got that laser-like focus, not just on Australia, but also Asian and Middle East markets. Now, for everyone that is watching, feel free to put any questions that you'd like Mohan to answer in the Q&A. Otherwise, Mohan, I'll leave it with this question. With the laser-like focus that you have on the current market and looking to grow towards the back end of 2026, can you give us a brief summary of why investors should invest in this business, not in 6 months, not in 6 years, but right now?
James, I won't go as far as giving investment advice.
Of course.
On this show. That's not my space. Let me just give you a few data points. You've got a company that is fully operational. You've got a company that is proven in its ability to move into markets and roll out its products. You've got performance, and particularly if you look at the last couple of quarters, that is really, really strong. And you've got guidance that we've given the market that, as we sit today, we've already got $4 million of contracted revenues that are going to get recognized in the next few months. So full 6 months was 4.9. So we've got almost most of that already covered. We've got a really large customer base that is converting, that's going from analog systems. This is in the utility space into what I call digital on steroids and adopting us. 88 enterprise and government customers, and you're in a world where that is hungry for data, for AI and automation, and we're a very, very powerful platform that will deliver that data. There's a lot of dialogue around SaaS business and what have you. It doesn't impact us, because we're the platform that provides the data for all of that disruption. And then you sit down and say, well, the share price is 0.5 cent. Let's have a think about that.
Yeah, no, and as we just discussed earlier, Mohan, data is the current gold right now. And speaking of utilities, and I know that you did just briefly touch on the renewable market, we've got a question from the investor Keith, and Keith asks, Mohan, what are your plans for the renewable market?
Look, we launched last year Hive.ai by X2M. So just to give you a context, our space is the smart city ecosystem, right? So you've got cities all around the world going smart, okay? And so that's where we're playing. And the specific areas that we're playing is public safety, utility automation, and renewable energy. We have got a very powerful platform that allows renewable energy operators, particularly solar operators, optimize their generation, optimize their battery storage, and optimize their trading. And if you look at the growth projections for each of those categories in renewable energy, anywhere in the world, they are very, very strong. And we've started off in Taiwan, which is our incubation hub for our renewable energy AI applications. And we're looking to bring that into Australia as an export of call. So, yeah, thanks for the question.
Not a problem. Well, Keith, that's all that we have. Of course, if anyone else has questions, feel free to ask them. Otherwise, Mohan, if you don't have anything to leave us with, we'll let you go. We really appreciate your time. Were there any last words you'd like to make before we depart?
Look, yes, there is. So when you look at the artificial intelligence ecosystem, one of the undiscovered layer of value is that platform layer. You know, that platform can pull up data for automation, for agentic AI. They can pull up data centrally in the cloud and operate or at the edge. And what you've got in X2M is an Australian company that is very, very well positioned and certainly worth a look, whether you're an investor or a customer.
I couldn't agree more, Mohan. I think there's a lot to the story that hasn't exactly hit investors yet, and we really do appreciate you taking the time to explain X2M to us, so we can get a better understanding of the potential that the business has. We actually do have another question from John, and he's asked a question that X2M seems like an adaptable platform. Mohan, can you describe the safety help me feature that is used in Korea?
Look, Help Me is a great product. If any of your viewers have Life 360, they will understand Help Me. Help Me is a little device. It's about the size of a 20-cent coin. It's about 3 or 4 times the width. You're out late at night. You're feeling unsafe. And you put pressure on that device, and that sends out an alert to the operators of the public CCTV networks and the police that you are, I'm in Melbourne, you are in Chapel Street in Cran, and you're in trouble. And there are lots of notification devices around the world. This is, we think, the only one that goes directly to emergency services. And then it pulls together the mobile network and the CCTV network to give the police and up to 5 other people you nominate an accurate location of where you are to help arise. The City of Seoul is the facility that we know that's launched this into the market. They're going to roll out 1 million of these. The first mandate was for 100,000, and we were fortunate enough to secure that mandate. And we're really chuffed about it. One is it's worth a lot of money to us. The other is here's an Australian company providing a really valuable safety product into South Korea, which is in itself highly advanced technologically. We will, subsequent to getting sufficient quantities out there, we will look at global applications for this product, but it's a bit early to talk about that just yet.
Okay, well, Mohan, you can't put a price on safety, that's for sure. So it sounds like you're doing very valuable work over in Korea. And we keep have questions flushing in. We've got a question from Jeff. And Jeff's asked, Mohan, do you anticipate EBIT positive this financial year?
Jess, that's a really good question. We've stopped short of giving market guidance on when we'll turn EBIT or EBITDA positive. Having said that, let me make a couple of points. It is arguably, alongside getting our story better understood, it is my number one priority to take this company to being profitable and cash flow positive, and that's what Horizon 3 is about. And if you look at the last couple of quarters, you will see and track the trends in EBITDA track the trends in cash burn, track the trends in revenue growth, track the maintenance of our really healthy gross margins, and then watch the next couple of quarters. And we've told the market that we expect the momentum that we've had in the first 6 months to continue into the second 6 months, and then you can make your own assessment, Jess.
And Moha, I think it's really important to look at the fact that you guys have had some really strong growth quarter on quarter, and again focusing on the oversubscription to cap raise, which is an excellent story. We even have Chi. And our investor Chi, this isn't more so a question, but more so a statement. And Chi says, I'm still holding a placement back in September 2025. The share price has only fallen a little bit since then, but she still has a lot of faith in your business, Mohan. So she mentions, keep up the good work. So the eyes are all on X2M. That has been an absolutely terrific interview, Mohan. We can see the passion that you have for the business. And whilst you move into Horizon 3, from the team here at ShareWise, we wish you nothing but the absolute best. If that's all the questions and statements from the investors, Mohan, again, I'll ask if you have any further questions or, any further points that you'd want to make.
Put us on your watch list. This is a company that I think in time Australia will be very proud of. Bought out of Mount Waverley here in Victoria, punching above his weight, in highly advanced countries, and ones, like Korea and Japan, and ones that have got very large and attractive markets. Never a walk in the park, but I've got, technology is only one thing. What's equally important is that I've got a really strong management team that's capable of executing, and a board that makes sure that we do the job we're meant to do.
Absolutely terrific. Well, Mohan, we look forward to not just watching the stock price, but also watching Horizon 3 and X2M compete across not just Asia, not just Australia, but also the Middle East. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mohan, CEO and Managing Director from X2M Connect. Again, from ShareWise, thank you very much for your time, Mohan. And if there's no other questions, everyone have a great rest of your day. Until next time, all the best, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.